Robert Capodilupo, my man Robert. 2003, I remember Robert coming to all the summer camps that we ran, and every day at summer camp he wore a different authentic major league uniform or top. So every day he was amazing. He had a big league uniform top on and we were all impressed. He looked like $1 million bucks, Robert. He was cute as anything, and he was just a great little personality. So we started coming to Gulls games, and they also became very close with our team because they would do trips together on a boat. They'd spend time together off the field. So automatically, I mean, Robert became a fan, not a fan favorite, a team favorite of the Newport Gulls in 2003. So he started working for us, not really working for us. What he'd do is he'd grab the microphone from his father who was working with us. And then we'd start trying to participate in the on-game announcements and the pregame and the on-game field events. And sometimes he was a little bit loud, and people in the stands would look over at me or look at him, and but he was 7 years old with this microphone in his hand, and he didn't quite understand tone yet and how to adjust his voice with the microphone. As cute as anything, but he wasn't quite a professional with the mic. And then shortly thereafter, I think in 2004 or 5, he took over the mic with his dad and automatically started growing into this role of the on-field announcer. Now his dad was the second fiddle. Robert was the man. And so Robert and his dad, Teddy, would come to every single game, dressed up. They would dress up accordingly to the theme of the night. They would sometimes dress alike. But then Robert started developing his own personality, which was infectious. People started loving him. I started loving him. He was good, he was funny, he was interesting, he was intelligent, he was likable, and he just was charismatic when he was 8, 9, 10, 11. And ultimately, you watch that kid develop into something that was pretty special. You could see why he was going to be special in his life. And we're grateful that Robert grew up with us as a young boy and into a man, and we were fortunate enough to watch him grow, and that's why he's in our Hall of Fame. Where today at Cardines Field, from time to time, somebody will come up to me and say, whatever happened to that young guy that used to have announced the games here at Cardines Field? And then I'm proud to tell them, that young man ended up going to St. George's here in Middletown, and now he's a Harvard student. And so we're proud of you, Robert. And again, it doesn't surprise me you're going to continue to do great things.
Little Robert, now you're big Robert now, but the days of watching you come on that field with your dad were outstanding. I loved every minute of it. You would come out there and you'd give some kind of joke or something else, and it was outstanding. I got one for you though, Robert. What is an electrician's favorite ice cream? Chocolat. Yeah. Ooh la la. Great job, Robert. Great job on being in the Hall of Fame for the Newport Gulls. You deserve it.
We write most of them ourselves. I wouldn't really call them good jokes, but they get a laugh sometimes.
Okay, he's going with 3. Eric, you just won the grand prize winner of a $50 gift certificate to Clemens Market plus a Funkadelic hat. Good job, Eric. You are tonight's grand prize winner.
I think the Gulls are going to do exceptionally well in the playoffs. I think we'll pull through it, make it to the championship, and win it all.
Robert Capodilupo. I think Robert came down here when he was like 7 or 8, started when he was 7 or 8. Him and his dad, Teddy, would drive down from Easton, I believe, and do the games. And finally, the first time I came across the Capodilupo family, I was down the field, and Melissa, Mrs. Capodilupo, was down the field poking around, and she wanted to get some things for Robert's birthday party, and could we help her out? And because the souvenir stand was closed, but we went in, we got her some balls and stuff and hats, and we took care of her. And lo and behold, she shows up at the game and with all the kids and the birthday party, and after that, she shows up at camp all the time, and Robert becomes a big part of the family and works his way and wants to do some on-the-field stuff. And he's only 7 years old, but boy, did he have he had a talent. He's a very talented young man, and started out, him and his dad would go out there and do the MC, do the games, and take care of the whole shooting match. And you know, they'd be driving down from Easton down 24, and they'd be thinking of themes and games and sayings and what to get the crowd going with. And it was really funny. They really, you know, embraced this thing and took it seriously. And they come down, they have new jokes, they have new stuff every night, and we just sit there, we just shake our heads and go, wow, these guys are, you know, they're good, and they're getting after it. And then Robert each year would come back, and I think he was with us 8 to 10 years. I'm not really sure how many years, but did a long time. And pretty soon he was doing it by himself. Teddy would just say, okay, you got it, Robert. So Robert would be out there on himself by himself, running the whole show and doing the games and the pre-game and the post, during, in-game games, and just ran like a pro. Very, very good. And then took it from there, and fans really enjoyed it. Everyone you talked to who came to our games would say, hey, I'd say, oh, have you been to the games? And they'd say, oh yeah, who's the little kid who does the mic? He's unbelievable, he's unbelievable. Everybody I talked to, they wouldn't say how great the game was or how impressive the players were and how far the kid hit the home run or something. They just say, who's that little kid with the microphone? He's unbelievable. He's really fun, he's really funny, very talented. And that was Robert. And just what a find. We were lucky to get him, and he just loved by the organization, loved by the fans, and did a great job. And we thank him for that. Really, really do.